We all know it. Wrestling is entirely scripted. Everything is determined in advance to offer entertaining shows. Nevertheless, when you are live, problems of all kinds can take place and create surreal moments. In this video, we will see together some WWE scenes that didn't go as planned, and they will amaze you. It's May 2002 on Monday Night Raw, one of WWE's weekly shows. At one point, The Undertaker, who had his American Badass role at that time, parks his motorcycle in the parking lot and asks an employee to take a look at it. Later in the show, his motorcycle will no longer be there. A little moment of intimidation from The Undertaker later, the guy confesses to him the culprit is Hulk Hogan. We're going to see the Hulkster come into the arena with the bike he stole from the Taker. It was his strategy to get him to come to him and confront him. The idea was that by the time The Undertaker arrived, Hogan was chasing him on a motorcycle, which would have been awesome, we must admit it. But it will turn into a disaster. At the moment of truth, the bike will not restart and he will look stupid. The fans will laugh and he will be forced to do the chase on foot in the end. But it doesn't end there. Then, a segment was supposed to be broadcast where Hogan chases The Undertaker backstage on the bike, so he will have no choice but to bring the bike to the arena for everything to be consistent.
I got something that belongs to The Undertaker.
It's WrestleMania 29 and Triple H is facing the Beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Brock will arrive normally with his cap and powerful shorts. After that, his opponent had to make his entrance, but there's going to be a problem. As we know, the game loves doing memorable entrances in the most important show of the year. In a green lighting, we discovered some kind of portal with skulls. Inside, white smoke was sent on the wrestler. In reality, it wasn't normal smoke, but dry ice. This is something that the Federation likes to use because it creates a thicker and more consistent material than basic smoke for a better visual effect. There is a small downside on the other hand. It is very cold, since it is stored at -172 degrees before turning into smoke. Because of a problem in the machine, Triple H got large pieces of ice on him. With a temperature like this, it simply burns the body. While we imagine his extreme suffering, he rubs his stomach, puts water on it, and continues as if nothing happened, while we will learn that he had second-degree burns. We are on Raw in June 2006, and Melina and Johnny Nitro, who will become John Morrison, arrive for a match against Charlie Haas. In the ring, announcer Lillian Garcia presents the wrestlers as she is used to, and is about to return to her seat. But then, boom! Charlie Haas makes a smashing entrance where he brutally bounces in the ropes, while Lillian was precisely there still leaving. Because of Charlie, she will fall on the floor, and she will unfortunately injure her wrist. She will have to be evacuated by the caregivers. The crazy thing is that this accident is going to be used for an on-screen storyline. Charlie Haas starts lusting after Lillian after apologizing, and it's going to arouse the interest of the announcer's former lover, the Behemoth Viscera.
I apologize to my lady, Lillian Garcia. And this week, you better mean it.
In the end, after having clashed, the two men will even form a team, and poor Lillian will take a Samoan drop by mistake from the world's largest love machine. One day, the Big Show was in an intense rage after losing a match where he put his career on the line. The diva Tori Wilson will have the bad idea to laugh at the moment the Giant sees her. He's going to be very angry. A few moments later, Big Show had to turn a car upside down and chase the blonde, threatening to throw her off a balcony before Kurt Angle came to save her and got thrown instead. But before all this happened, Big Show tried to destroy the car window with his hand, but it was a little recalcitrant. Despite several punches, it will resist, and he will be forced to kick to break it and not look ridiculous. Fortunately, that won't stop him from being impressive right after that. It's 2017 at WrestleMania 33, an edition that I personally love. In the pre-show, there was a battle royal where something funny happened. The Indian Jinder Mahal, a few weeks before becoming WWE champion, sends Mojo Rawley near Rob Gronkowski. This football player doesn't like that, and they have a confrontation with Jinder. Obviously, Gronkowski will get upset and climb the security barrier, which was planned, of course. But apparently there was a security agent who didn't know about it and who will rush at the athlete to prevent him from continuing. People will discreetly inform her that everything is normal, and then Rob can go into the ring. He shrivels Jinder, and fortunately this miscommunication will not have had any consequence. We're on SmackDown in January 2006. Batista and Rey Mysterio face Morrison and Mercury in a cage match. During this confrontation, it was planned that the Colossus Mark Henry would interfere and enter inside the cage, so he had to break the chain of the door with his bare hands. He may be the world's strongest man, but the chain doesn't break. For several minutes, he will unleash himself on the cage to try to open it in a completely unforeseen moment. All this interference was in jeopardy of falling through, but he will eventually succeed. The funny thing is that when you see the edited show by the company, you would think that he quickly succeeded while not at all. That's the magic of editing. It's 2008 at WrestleMania 24. Even if the show was beautiful, there were some little problems. The most notable one took place at the very end of the pay-per-view. While The Undertaker is celebrating his victory, one of the pyro ends up in the crowd and injures several fans. This isn't the only unforeseen event of the evening. In one of the matches, Ashley and Maria faced Beth Phoenix and Melina under the supervision of rapper Snoop Dogg. The confrontation was going smoothly when, all of a sudden,
oh, look at Maria! The plan was on.
In the middle of the showcase of the Immortals, the lights go out. Contrary to what commentator Jerry Lawler believes, it isn't The Undertaker who just arrived, but a power outage. They will wrestle a little in the dark, and then there will be emergency spotlights to illuminate the ring. The problem will even last until the next match, Randy Orton against John Cena and Triple H, during which everything will eventually work again. We understand it well. Electricity is crucial in a show. Between the lights, the music, the screens, the cameras, and so on, a power outage is a disaster in wrestling. It's 2001 at WrestleMania 17, and there's a three-way match between Big Show, Raven, and Kane. During this confrontation, the three men will go all the way backstage. We'll see them break a wall, and most importantly, Raven will get into a cart. The Big Show prevents him from driving well, and he goes right into a fence. For a few inches, one of the most legendary WrestleManias could have been ruined. These cables that we see powered all the elements in the arena. If they had destroyed that cable, the show might not have been able to go on. After that, they probably understood that you should never leave important cables near the wrestlers. Once upon a time, the WWE was doing a reality TV show where candidates were trying to get a contract in the Federation. It's November 2004 on SmackDown, and the participants of Tough Enough are in the ring with Kurt Angle. The wrestler and Olympic champion gives them some kind of hazing. He challenges them in his specialty, wrestling. He beats the first one easily, and right after that he asks for a new challenger. While it wasn't planned that someone would answer it, Daniel Puder allows himself to accept it. They fight in the ring, and Puder, who knows a lot about combat sports, tries to break his arm. Kurt Angle will resist, and one of the referees is smart enough to make a count of 3 when Angle pinned his rival's shoulders to the ground. Kurt's credibility was protected, even if he was furious. In the end, Puder will pay the price and will never succeed in the Federation. Another unforeseen event that can happen is that a wrestler wins a title during a non-televised show. It can be understood. What would viewers say to themselves when they suddenly see a new champion while they have never seen him win his belt on television? However, this is what happened in 2007 in a non-televised show. When it wasn't supposed to happen at all, wrestler Mickie James becomes women's champion. She will be given another match later in the evening to defend her title, which she will lose. This solution had therefore been improvised and avoided creating misunderstandings for the viewers. We can say that wrestling is an amazing business. I hope you had a good time watching this video, and I invite you to stay on the Paradise of Wrestling to look at some other ones. See you right away.
And that's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so. What?